Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Viking Size Gamer, and today we're going to be going through some top superstars who could be the cover star of WWE 2K19. Now, we all know there are several superstars this year who completely deserve it, and some who are coming in that really could use this opportunity to completely capitalize and push the game into the main market. Now, of course, we've got to start with some of the big names in the game at the moment. People like Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Now, these two have been leading the way in the game for the last couple of years. AJ Styles is such a mainstream star now that he is known the world over, including stints in TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and now WWE. It seems like he would be a logical choice for a WWE 2K19 cover star, especially as he's a WWE champion as well. Shinsuke Nakamura would also make a logical choice. His complete and utter charismatic entrance, plus his stints across Ring of Honor and New Japan, make him a firm candidate and a firm fan favourite to be WWE 2K19 cover star. But let's not rule out some people who have been making massive waves in WWE as of late. One of those would be Braun Strowman. Now, it would be foolish to count out the monster among men, considering his massive popularity among the WWE, and especially some of the people that a game would be aimed at. This guy would be absolutely perfect for the front cover of WWE 2K19. His push is pretty much in the bag, and he is a future world champion. This man would be perfect to put on the cover, and I would personally back it myself. But let's also not rule out further WWE superstars who could make the cover. This year and last year there's been a massive push in the women's revolution. Everybody's been talking about it, and there have been so many instances of WWE superstars, women who have been making waves, women who have been participating in Money in the Bank matches, in Hell in a Cell matches, and now Elimination Chamber matches. It may make sense to put on the first ever female WWE cover star. It makes complete and utter sense, especially from a standpoint of empowering the women's division. Now, of course, the person that you'd put on the front of that would be WWE Women's Smackdown champion Charlotte. Now, Charlotte Flair will be a perfect candidate because she is a multiple-time world champion. She has set standards, and she is the bar in WWE for women's wrestling. But there is another candidate, somebody who's been making waves for the last 2 years in NXT and on the main roster, Asuka. Asuka has still been undefeated in the WWE, holding the NXT Women's Championship for the longest reign in that championship's history, and holding a WWE title for the longest anybody has held it since Goldberg, and that is an unbelievable streak on its own. Asuka could be a prime candidate for a women's cover if that were the case, but there's a final person in the women's division who's just come in as of late and also made a bang during the Royal Rumble. That would be the late entry of Ronda Rousey. Now, Ronda would make a great cover star, and the reason for this is because she would bring the WWE games even more into the mainstream. You can't deny that the woman has a massive appeal, not just to WWE fans, but to wider fan bases of UFC games, UFC fans, and mainstream media. This would certainly help with sales of games, or at least the marketing in itself. It would mean legions of female fans, and UFC fight fans may also check out the franchise as well for a chance to play as one of their favourite female superstars that was in UFC but could make waves in the WWE. Now, I am all for Ronda Rousey being in the WWE game this year, but I could probably see her being a pre-order bonus, and more than likely not being the cover star, but at least she should be in the game, which I am very much looking forward to. Now, if there's one thing that I can definitely tell you, it's who won't be on the front cover this year, and that man will be Brock Lesnar. And the reason for that is because his contract expires after April, after WrestleMania, and they won't be looking to use him after that. Expect him to be in the game. More than likely, WWE will still use his fame to cash in on that, but they'll be looking at pushing a younger generation of superstars, and as Seth Rollins had the cover last year, I could actually see it going to Roman Reigns this year, which of course would upset a lot of the fans that would purchase the game, because the age range that it's aimed at is people like myself, you and I, who would go out and buy the game in our age range, and not every single one of those fans likes Roman Reigns. It's because of the WWE and the way that they've pushed him. But unfortunately, that's the way of the marketing machine, and they will try and aim this game also at the younger generation as well, who will like Roman Reigns by himself. But to be honest, if you were to put him in a Shield front cover, that would be pretty much an instant buy. Now, of course, the next person that we could talk about would be Finn Balor. Finn has had a tumultuous few months. After returning from his shoulder injury, he hasn't been able to do much. Unfortunately, he hasn't even been able to go after his championship that he never lost. And the reason for that, reportedly, is because Vince McMahon doesn't think that Finn Balor is over enough, leading to the Finn Forever hashtag with over in capitalization. Everybody knows that everybody loves Finn Balor, regardless of what you think or what Vince McMahon thinks. This man oozes charisma, has an in-ring technique that is just completely different from everybody else's, and that's probably due in part to his time in Japan. But the man and the demon would be an excellent cover star, something that you would definitely buy because of its unique look, and something that the WWE should capitalize on. They already know that the demon is a great marketing tool, especially to the younger generation as well. Somebody who gets to enjoy face paint and dress up like a demon. This would definitely be a great choice for a WWE 2K19 front cover. And then we move on to somebody a little bit different. Somebody who made their return also at the Royal Rumble, making a massive statement. Somebody who is not completely or officially signed with the WWE, and that would be Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio made a massive splash when he came back at the Royal Rumble, and everybody appreciated him being there. It's obvious how much of a pop he still gets even now. This guy's charisma, this guy's in-ring style, it's unbelievable, it's still explosive, it's still incredibly entertaining to watch, especially for the younger generation that the game is aimed at as well. But not only that, it's a nostalgia return for people of my age as well. There's no way that anybody who's watched it when you were a kid and knew Rey Mysterio wasn't hyped to see him in the Royal Rumble. WWE games would be smart to capitalize on his return. If WWE can get a decent enough deal with Rey Mysterio, he could also be a pre-order bonus star, or possibly even the cover star, which would be completely different from what we've had in the past. Of course, the likelihood is that I'm just completely wrong, and we're not going to have one single cover star this year, but we will end up having a multitude of cover stars, ranging from 5, maybe 3, possibly 7. We could even have a Smackdown versus Raw style cover. I'm not sure what's going to be in store this year, but everybody is waiting to see what the cover star reveal is going to be, and I for one am incredibly excited. I know you guys are too. Once again guys, thank you for listening to my WWE 2K19 video revealing who could be the WWE 2K19 cover star. If you enjoyed this and want more, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and if you're feeling extra generous, why not check out my Patreon account? You can find it at patreon.com/VikingSizeGamer.